Hi, assalamu alaikum. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, mashallah, tabarakallah. This is the beauty of this international groups we are streaming right now, alhamdulillah. This is part of our series, alhamdulillah, and I'm really, really happy to have Sonia Keats with us today. Alhamdulillah, we had her already before in our parenting group, alhamdulillah, on board, mashallah, and now I'm really, really happy to have her here again. And Sonia Keats, she is a mindset and mental health coach, mashallah, and today she's speaking about something which not many people speaking about, is actually how to prepare for Ramadan when you are not able to fast, right? It is probably one of the most frustrating moments to realize that you may be not able to fast, or it may be the most cheerful moments. But Sonia, she's going to share us more about this. I'm really, really curious what this is all about. And please, dear audience, if you have any questions, I know Sonia, she's very interactive and she loves to interact with you. So please leave your comments here in the boxes and she's going to reach out to you straight away. MashaAllah, I really like the way she's interacting with our audience. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear Sonia. I'm so happy to have you here.
Welcome, Salam. I'm actually happy we both made it here, Laura, after the day we subhanallah. So thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the reasons why we can't fast. I definitely always advise that if it's a medical reason, go to an Islamic doctor if you can, and scholars as well. If you've got any questions, though, or you're confused, then do ask me, and I'm sure Laura has the same access to different scholars as well, and I'm happy to ask on your behalf with any of the medical side of things. The reason why I chose this topic is because a few years back I set up the Ramadan support group on Facebook, and the reason why I did that was because I was nursing or breastfeeding or pregnant, and I think I must have been nursing, and I couldn't fast that year. It was really, really long fast. And I felt as a revert, I wasn't quite so involved with my husband's family at the time and so forth. So I was still quite lonely and the kids were going to school. So I found Ramadan was really lonely and I felt really out of it. And so I thought, what can I do to gain rewards, inshallah, whilst I'm not fasting? I thought I can support other sisters. There's other revert sisters that feel the same. It's quite isolating, can be quite lonely. So if you know any revert sisters, please reach out to them, because it can be a really lonely time during Ramadan. And I know because of the COVID, and let me know in comments how you all found Ramadan last year, because just let me know in comments how different it was for you. I know that some sisters, sorry, going off the topic here, but some sisters found that it was the first lonely Ramadan, right? I know that a lot of you always have a lot of family rounds and you break fast together and it's a wonderful time. And last year, it just wasn't the same. And yet some of you I spoke with afterwards said that it was the most spiritual Ramadan. It brought you closer to Allah because your focus was more on the worship in Ramadan rather than just the and Allah, rather than just the eating. So I'd love to know, just let me know in comments how you found last year's Ramadan compared to other Ramadans, just out of curiosity. I'm just curious to know. So I've written down a few, welcome salam everybody, a few notes about what we can do, that if we're not fasting, how we can gain rewards, inshallah, and feel part of Ramadan. So the thing I would say is to be really mindful, really mindful with our intention. And I mentioned this the other day in the Ramadan support group that I run, that quite often we flippantly say Bismillah. And to really, when we're making our intentions, when we're saying Bismillah before we eat, really focus on what we're thankful for, being very present in the moment. When we're doing something for the sake of Allah, to be really mindful of what our intention is through that. For multiple reasons, the main one, so inshallah we gain more rewards because we're really truly setting our intention properly with clarity and with focus, rather than let it just roll off our tongue, which is what we quite often do. And secondly, because it can be very rewarding for us in return. And I personally believe, and I'm not saying this is Islamic, that that's why Allah half prompted us to do this, so we're really focused and being mindful in the moment why we're doing this, to serve to him, so we stay on the path. Okay, so is anybody, don't worry, I was going to say anybody, if they're open to sharing, and you're welcome to, but don't if you don't want to, how it's felt for you when you've not been able to fast. I know there's a lot of emotions, and of course for us women through menses when we can't fast, even during that period, this is what we're talking about. It can be really difficult to get back into the swing of things, and it can be really weird. I don't know about you guys, but it feels it's just surreal through that week of the menses. It's like not really quite being in the world. It comes across to me. So I'd love to know how your experience of when you've been able to fast, how it affects you. And it definitely nudges me down. I don't feel quite as partaking in things. It's just a very different experience. I had a lot of concerns for the last Ramadan before it started. Alhamdulillah, it's most heartwarming Ramadans, mashallah. And you learn a lot together with your family. Okay, so let's get on with it, guys. Let's give you some ways that you can gain rewards, inshallah, and feel part of Ramadan. So the first one is to learn new du'as and make lots of dua. Okay, so learning new du'as as a revert, I really struggle with that. So Ramadan, it's going to be really, really helpful for me to focus on learning new du'as, and also to then share that knowledge with our children. And again, it's for lots of different reasons. It's going to be bringing us closer to our children, inshallah, as we learn together. And also, inshallah, we're going to get more rewards because they're going to continue to make those du'as even when we're long gone, and inshallah. So we're going to get that rewards there ongoing as well. In denial, trying to fast until I felt really sick, and when it would do to me, I thought it was better not to fast, and I just thought I'd give it a try since my doctor told me not to fast. May Allah give you shifa. May Allah give you shifa for sharing that. Thank you as well. And yeah, well, I mean, we're not allowed to harm our bodies, right? Our body is a vessel. We're not allowed to put it under what's going to be harmful. So I know that a lot of brothers and sisters struggle when we're told that we're not meant to fast, and I know that could be a real battle overcoming that in the community as well as our own thing, but always making the attention that we are fasting or not fasting for the sake of Allah, you know, recognize when our body is not able to. May Allah reward you. Okay, so another thing is reading the Quran. Now, I know that some people believe that we can't read the Quran when we're on menses. Some people believe that we should wear gloves with that. So you've got to do what's right for you. Now, you may find that you feel completely comfortable and it's acceptable and permissible to read the Quran when you're on menses. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so that's another one, is reading the Quran. Giving in charity. Now, I know that we give more in charity anyway, Ramadan. Giving lots in charity, it might not mean financial. Okay, there's not everybody can afford to give lots in money, but there's other ways that we can give in charity. And by the way, as I'm going through this, if you can think of other ways that I'm sort of sharing and giving a sort of outline on, if you can add more to it, please type it in comments. I'm always learning. We're always learning. So these, hopefully, inshallah, we can all learn from one another. So giving in charity, don't worry, that cough, inshallah, is not COVID. Giving in charity, there are other ways that we can give. One way I really love to give in charity is by giving in food. Okay, so we can, when we're not fasting, we're going to be eating more food. So let's share it. We don't need to eat so much. Okay, even if it's going to be damaging our health by fasting altogether, we can cut back, right? All of us in the West can cut back a little bit. We can go and share the food with our neighbours, and that's giving dawah at the same time. Maybe there's a revert sister or an elderly brother or sister that maybe can't cook for themselves. Giving them food in charity, not only then we're getting that extra reward, inshallah, if they break their fast with it, it's also giving dawah for the non-Muslims, and it's also giving us the opportunity to share our love and give with intention to feed somebody else as well. Also just listening, just being a good person and listening and helping, giving your time to somebody, physically or emotionally, just being there for somebody. So maybe you can help out. Maybe there's somebody in the community that needs some help. Maybe there is somebody that just needs to be heard. And there's lots of ways we can do that. We can even do that on social media. There's going to be posts that you put up, or you see put up. Reach out to that person. In the Ramadan support group, the sisters on there are so supportive of one another, mashallah. It's lovely. Somebody will ask a question and everybody comes back. You know, that's just amazing. That's giving our time in charity. It's giving our knowledge in charity. Where can you make a difference in somebody else's life? Not just with money. Giving money if you can. And if not, let's give ourselves in that sense as well. Just check there's nobody else. Walaikum salam. Yeah, I love to give to non-Muslims as well, because I just think Ramadan's such a special time, and we can just spread the word by not being heavy, not handing a Quran to them, just handing some food and then sharing with them. So it's our month of Ramadan, and what we love to do is we love to share our food with other people, and then that sometimes opens a bit of conversation as well. It's just a really gentle way of doing it. And time, yeah. Even I jotted down here, even litter picking, at the kids out, go for a walk. We're keeping ourselves healthy, may Allah reward us, and we're getting our kids involved. What we're doing in charity that way, we're helping to clean this beautiful world that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to us, and we just forget these simple things are massive. Just as you're walking by, pick up the litter and pop it into the bin, inshallah. Obviously use some gloves right now because of the COVID, etc., etc. And just showing support as well, and giving energy, taking food to other sisters, brothers and sisters who are fasting, you know, when they're exhausted. Say, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to do that. And also other people that have got children and they're fasting, mothers who've got young children, single parents, please give your time and go and reach out to them. How can I help? Let me take your children for you. And again, now the rules are lifted a little. They might not be able to come into our homes, but for sure you can sit in the garden and watch them play while mum goes and has a lie down and rest. So hopefully that's some ideas for you, inshallah. So have a think about what sisters that you know that are single parents or have got a lot on their plate, or even brothers that are single parents, and go and offer ourselves in that way. Enhancing our character, okay? This is another one, just enhancing our character. During Ramadan, let's be honest, please let me know in comments. I'm a little bit grumpier. I'm a little bit more irritable because I'm tired. I'm run down. I'm feeling exhausted. We've still got to get on and do all the normal things. So in Ramadan, I'm very focused on ensuring that we are more patient. Yeah, we're meant to be looking at being our best character. Let's not forget that if we're not fasting. Let's gain reward by still really improving our character, inshallah, and letting go of old bad habits. Whether that is for us to be, because of course we're meant to, you know, fasting isn't just with food. Fasting is also with the music, or watching things that we shouldn't be watching, lowering our gaze. There's other things that we should be doing. So make sure we are looking after our bodies, eating really healthy, because we're supposed to look after our bodies, right? And we forget about that because we go and grab the samosas and the Coke, the Pepsi and the pizza. Let's really nourish our bodies even when we're not fasting. Make our intention to improve our bodies and our brains, because it's just our vessel and we're told to look after it, and this is forgotten. So looking how we can also enhance our character as far as resilience and strength. Maybe it's improving our knowledge of Islam. Maybe it is by being a better parent, really connecting with our children and sharing the love of Allah with our children. Maybe it's going out and helping the neighbours, whether it's for charity or just being a good person, and showing what Islam really is in our good nature, inshallah, inshallah. Yeah, do drop your questions here. And so eating the nourishing food as well. So the other thing is worshipping more, obviously not in menses, but praying more. You know, when people are fasting, that's really intense. They're at Fatari all through the night. We can do this if we're not fasting, without a doubt, because we've got the energy that we need to, unless it is an exceptional case. We can do more reading of the Quran. We can do more worship. We can do more prayer. We can get more reward for the extras that we do in that sense. Inshallah, inshallah. I didn't have enough energy to get angry the last time I fasted, so that was helpful. Thank you for sharing that. I don't know who it is because it doesn't tell me. It just says Facebook users on here. Teaching the children. Okay, so this is a big one for me. Who here's got children? Let me know in comments if you've got children. Just type yes. Yeah. Why? A Y for yes, I've got children in the comments. Teaching our children, inshallah, is going to gain us reward, and ongoing reward, inshallah, because they're going to make dua for us later, inshallah, inshallah. This is such a special time for me. Ramadan was a real special time for me and my kids. As a revert, we used to love Christmas, okay? We celebrated Christmas, astaghfirullah. The run up to Christmas and Christmas Day are huge in a non-Muslim household. And my children went from all of this excitement, we're going out, we're decorating the house, we're getting excited, we're having mince pies and all those sorts of things. And then Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. They didn't have Ramadan where they see mum grumpy and tired and a little bit run down, and that she's spending less time with us. That was the first, like the first Ramadan, mashallah, it wasn't. It was just amazing because it was the summer holidays. I had a lot of support then. The second one was more challenging in that sense. So it's looking at ways where we can teach our children to really love Allah, inshallah, and see Ramadan as the blessings that it is and not the hardships. And yes, we are under hardship. We are putting more pressure on ourselves, but the reward that comes from that, subhanAllah. So passing that on to our children so they really love Ramadan and look forward to Ramadan. I feel personally, you do have children, mashallah. Personally, I feel really passionate about my children just really embracing Ramadan and feeling really excited about it. And there's lots of ways that we can do that. So first of all, we can watch the YouTube lectures with them, whatever their age are. We can find ones that are appropriate. There's lots of TV, little cartoons on YouTube as well that you can put Islamic kids. Watch it first. Some of them are not always great. Get them involved in that. We used to have DVDs. Do you remember DVDs? I embraced Islam 9 years ago. We had DVDs. I just don't have DVDs anymore. SubhanAllah. I can't remember the name of it, but there was these little characters. I can't remember the name. I still got one of the DVDs. I'll go and look it up and maybe I'll pop the link in there. But there's lots of them. And if you've got any links that you can share, please pop them in comments for children from the age of like 2-3 years old all the way up to teenagers. And that's a good time as well for you then to have discussion about it, not just sit and watch it or let the kid just watch it. Sit and have a discussion as it's going through. And as a revert, I tell you, I actually learned most of my Islam initially from understanding from children's books and children's TV and the DVDs. That's how I learned initially. So then when I read the Quran, oh yeah, that means that. Because the Quran was like Shakespeare to me, even in the English version. So to work my way around Shakespeare, once I had the kids version, and I actually read the child's version of Shakespeare before I read Shakespeare's plays, the proper ones, then I understood it. So it's a really good way for us to have a deeper understanding as well. So teaching the children with that as well. There's no other questions or anything, is there? YouTube lectures. Yes, I've said that one. Did I say that to you? Yeah. Oh, and another thing is also for bringing us closer to our children and our family members as well, whether they're Muslim or not Muslim. Again, setting that intention, being really mindful. So it's dawah, even if our child is already Muslim. I feel I might be, Islamically, I'm not saying that. I'm always saying from my understanding, my take on it. Because we don't know what's in their hearts, right? They're just following us. So we're giving them dawah by guiding them and showing them the love of Allah, like with my non-Muslim family, showing them by character as well as dropping the odds thing in that I believe, might help them understanding that. So making time for our family members, making time to understand them with our intention to understand their needs and how they see Allah, and for also to understand how they learn. How do they learn and how do they enjoy learning? What is it that they love about Islam? What struggles do they have? Get to know our children, get to know our teenagers. Because what we don't want is in however many years' time for them to be off with their friends, hiding things from us. It's important to have our relationship with them so they talk to us. So set our intention, Bismillah, that I'm talking with my child to bring them closer to Allah. And I believe we're going to get a lot of reward for that, inshallah. Really, truly connecting with them. Ask them what their desires are in life. Ask them what their struggles are in life. Allow them to tell you anything without that judgment and harshness that comes onto them, so they don't turn away from telling us stuff, so that they're not pretending to fast and then going and having a drink. We want to know if they're really struggling with the fast. Are you coping with this when they're teenagers, obviously? What else is going on in your life? And bring yourself together with your children. And then also, I forgot about this with charity as well. Another way to do charity, watching with a Bieber. I can't see who that is. I'm guessing that's Saima. The Facebook user, I can't see. So something I will love, inshallah. That's why I'm moving to the UK. I can freely prepare my daughter for when she's ready to fast. Mashallah, mashallah. Again, I don't know who that is. Facebook. It might be Sarah, actually. She's in France. So another way to give in charity is to give away our things. Who's got stuff? I've got stuff. I've got stuff, and I had nothing 9 months ago. Nothing. And now I've got stuff. We can give away things to other people. This will make a difference in their lives, inshallah. Also get the kids involved. Tell them about the poor children, not too much so it upsets them. We don't want kids living with a lot of guilt about things, but enough guilt so they will give away things. And then much love for the sake of Allah that they'll give away things to their fellow brothers and sisters. What toys can you give to a child, to your brother and sister in Islam, who somebody's not going to get a gift. What can you give to them? And you're going to get an gift from your mummy. Sorry, little one's got a cough. I promise you, inshallah, we had a negative COVID test. It's a cough from a cold, okay? Inshallah, make dua for us, please. Also looking at things that may be bad habits that we've got into, like mine is watching trash TV, things like Love Island, Big Brother. Give them up in Ramadan, okay? We might not be able to fast by putting the food in our mouth, but there's lots of other things we can fast with, isn't it? And it's lowering our gaze, having better conversations, avoiding the backbiting, not listening to that, not having the music. So all these habits that we may have got into, those things that we're meant to be fasting on in Ramadan, make sure we're really focused on that. It's given us a great opportunity to really notice what we're already doing and change things for long term. For people that smoke, I know that's really, really difficult, but really focusing on that and doing that for the sake of Allah throughout Ramadan. And the caffeine, maybe the caffeine or the sugar, rubbish junk food, giving those up as well. Additional prayer, I've already mentioned about additional prayers. And yeah, getting the kids involved, sitting down together, and even having family time. There's actually a lot of Islamic movies now that we can watch and bring the family closer together, whether it's a lecture, a documentary, or a movie together, and really enjoy that time as a family. Giving dawah, okay? And it can be giving dawah. You can give the Quran. I've been given, other people have given me their books, Mormons have given me their books, I've been given Bibles. So we can give the Quran, inshallah. We never ever know. And there's a lot of mosques that have a stash that we can give away, that you can get hold of free, that you can go and give round. We never know when that's going to be. Also, giving Eid gifts on Eid, and it can be something the children have made. Again, get them involved. So you can get them involved making Ramadan decorations, get them involved making the Eid gifts, and go and give Eid cards to your neighbours that are non-Muslim. Giving dawah in that way is beautiful. How many of you have got, let me know in comments if you've ever received a Christmas card. I still get them every year from my family, and also I get them from new friends that aren't Muslim. They didn't know me before I became Muslim, and they give me Christmas cards. So what do? Not give anything? No, I go over, give them some dates, give them a samosa. I don't give them samosas, I don't make samosas. I go and give them vegan food, which probably they won't even appreciate, but alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Give them an Eid card, get the kids involved as well. They definitely always take it from the kids. They're always more gracious when the children give them. Give the presents and the gifts to the kids. Kids, go and knock on the door, go on the door. It's Ramadan, it's our Eid. Get the kids involved in that, okay? I get them every year from my neighbours. Yeah. And you know what? I say thank you to that. You know, it's nice that they feel that they can connect with us, and let's also feel that we can connect with other religions as well in that sense. So let's go and spread what we are, and let them see that we also are normal, okay? Leaflets, there are some amazing leaflets. Mainly for me, I see this as our character, and showing our character throughout Ramadan when we are fasting or not fasting. And tell you something amazing when you're not fasting to be able to do. All of my non-Muslim family always say, oh my gosh, it's so hard. I think it's dangerous. It's really, what, not even water? Like we're going to die without water for a day. Is that when we're not fasting, this shows them the ease of Islam, isn't it? All they see is this harshness when we're fasting. Oh my gosh, because I thought, oh my gosh, it's that sounds like, you know, that's so awful, fasting that long before I was Muslim. When you're not fasting, make sure that you share that with non-Muslim friends. Oh, I'm unable to. We are told it's not permissible if it's going to harm our bodies and so forth. It gives us ease. It's not meant to be as hard as what you might think it. It gives us an opportunity to have a conversation and spread dawah that way. Okay. And another great way is social media. So I know that, okay, I said about let's get rid of some old bad habits, okay? Social media can be flipping awesome, right? As long as we're not wasting time. There's some amazing Islamic groups that I'm on that help me to stay on the deen. I've had amazing friendships from them. So I'm not saying give up all of social media. Certainly don't give up Lara's group, and certainly don't give up my Ramadan support group, okay? You can ignore the rest. We don't have to scroll. We can just go straight into those groups. Also, please post your things on social media about the family coming together, about the breaking of fast, how amazing you feel. How amazing does water feel when you first drink it? It's like gold, liquid gold. That's how I describe it. It's like liquid gold, like drinking diamonds, mashallah. Put these things out on Facebook. It gets people asking questions. It gets people knowing it's Ramadan. I didn't know it was Ramadan until I was Muslim. No idea. No idea. My first time I came across Islam properly, and I didn't realise I had done lots of times before, was when my next door neighbours on our IF base, they were outside playing cricket. I love cricket. Had all that noise going on. Then I smelled samosas. Oh my days. I didn't even know the smell of samosas until I had those people living next door. Sabah, mashallah. And I asked them, what's going on? What's all the family coming out? They're all dressed up. What's going on? Eid. Didn't know what Eid was. Started asking them about Eid. And then I realised I had other Muslim friends. I started connecting. So make it obvious that you're fasting. Let people know it's Ramadan. Decorate your house. Put it on social media. Get the kids doing some cute videos and stuff like that. Post it everywhere for dawah's sake, inshallah, inshallah, and get reward for that. Zikr. We can do zikr whether we're fasting or not, right? And with our children. Even little ones can learn that. And you can make it a really fun game for the little teeny ones. When they get it wrong, give them a little tickle. Just get them practicing that. And also do something you've been meaning to do more of for the sake of Allah. I don't know what it is for you this year. Just have a little think. What is it that you've been promising Allah for a long time? Because there's something. Each and every single one of you that's on this today will have something that you've been promising that you do for the sake of Allah, whether it's giving something up, whether it's learning something, whether it's changing something. Maybe you don't even know quite what it is yet, but you can feel it inside. Just have a little search around, find what it is, and do more of it. Ramadan gives us so much blessings. Take advantage of that, what Allah has given to us, and do more of it, inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. Connecting with the loved ones, I've already shared that with you, and getting to know your teenagers. Okay, so that is this. And any questions, please pop them in the comments. And I will come back and say hello to everybody, and I will answer those questions. Sorry, Laura. And I just really, really, really want to remind everybody, please, 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 please make your children part of Ramadan. It is so, so important that they're part of the goodness of Islam and that they enjoy it. So they want to stay with us, inshallah, inshallah. Thank you, Laura. I hope that was okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely super important point here. We have spoke about this as well earlier. Mashallah, tabarakallah. We are, yes, of course, it's all about us as well, but what is about our kids? Because mashallah, we are streaming it right now also to our parenting group. And obviously that we're all parents, and I mean, there are some little ones, and it can be for kids probably also weird. All of a sudden mommy is maybe more grumpy and she's not eating with us and things like that. So yes, you need to discuss with them as well openly what's going on, make them excited to be also part of this whole thing. But mashallah, thank you so much. So many good advices, tips, and yes, Islam is beautiful. I really love that you advise us to do more dawah. I experience exactly the same. If you openly and you are proud that you're fasting, you are a Muslim and you are a practicing Muslim and you show what you do, people are curious. They want to know what you do, and people, they love you, they like you, they want to know more, even more. So mashallah tabarakallah, I absolutely agree on that. This is a great opportunity. And start with your neighbors, mashallah, jazakallah khair. And thank you so much for our audience as well. Please stay tuned. We have definitely, I'm going to share with you also Sonia's Ramadan support group. Mashallah, she has a special Ramadan support group for sisters only. So please do join her group. She has nearly daily lives. I see her, mashallah, where she's giving tips and advices, and also from other sisters. Just as you mentioned earlier, this is very important. You are not alone. I'm also a revert. And I've been there. Yes, it is hard. And during lockdown, we don't know what's going to happen over the next days. it is important. We are still a community. We are there for each other. Alhamdulillah, we have social media. So choose this great opportunity, as Sonia also advises, in the best way. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Thank you so much for today. And then hopefully to our parenting group people, we see us tomorrow, inshallah, with another live. And yeah, thank you, Sonia, so much for joining us today.
So welcome. Take care, everybody. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.